the experience she experienced is industry shit. But the shit that I've experienced and being outside, Mel don't like. She don't like. She's now understanding, but Mel not like. Mel's just Mel, bro. So my job is to, yo, Mel, I got you. Yo,
That's
Mel,
the dopest part about it, Flip. Honestly, is because I'm 32. I've known about Melissa Ford as the Melissa Ford my whole life, and part of what's been dope about her on the pod, even when she was a special guest like a year and a half ago on the Patreons, is just the humanization of like what you've done to just kind of make her feel normal, act normal, talk about normal things, talk about her past or coming up, and
yeah.
not feeling uncomfortable about it. Like you have probably been the best one out of the guys to bring that out of her, and it's made it easier for the other guys to kind of, make jokes with her and stuff like that at the same time because you kind of open
But
that up.
I want to also tell you the truth. I don't mind being the bad guy though.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
I don't
you've
like
been that.
like when people say things. I don't mind niggas getting mad and putting it on me. Like I always talk about the thing, and people probably don't want to hear this, but the situation what happened with when they was talking about the Joe and shit and and things. I didn't mind putting myself in the fire. Did I have to bring up the fact that I had issues with my wife back then? I didn't have to do that. Think about what I'm saying. But like everybody's expecting Joe to be the fall guy, that a nigga who's a team player. I can say, nah, nigga's me. I did this before. I'll take the attack. Now it's off of
Right,
Joe and it's on Flip.
right.
And it may sound crazy to some people, but I'm just a team player when it comes to the team of my niggas. But people don't see that. People just be like, oh, this niggas, they don't see the value in that. He knows that value. Believe
And
it or not.
just
Yeah,
to take it off Mel real quick,
sure.
I feel like not only with Mel, but with other members on the pod as well, you bring out the best of them. And this ain't no glazing shit because you brought me up here to speak, my nigga. I've
Appreciate
been a
that.
fan since day one, since before before Ice. Like I'm a day one fan, so I know they were going through a pivotal moment where Joe had to realize, all right, I gotta steer a different direction. I feel like you came in and you helped guide the ship. And without you there, dog, I feel like the whole vibe would have been different. And I feel like you bring out the best in Amani, even in Joe. You know what I mean? There's times where I see Joe will look the same way how everybody always say, oh, why QueenzFlip always look at Joe for, validation. There's times where I see Joe look at you to be like, all right, where we going with this? You know what I mean? Let's bring the vibes up. So
I
Hey,
agree.
that meant a lot to me, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Word. Hold on. Yeah, somebody up here. Hold on.
Shout out to E2, Big Boricuas. I see you in there.
Yeah, I see E. I see E. Sounds like my nigga Makai, Micah, whatever nigga name is.
it's Makai.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. Yo, the network, what up?
Joe Budden. What up?
Who is that? Who is that?
You know who that is, Flip.
Who?
That's Danny, son.
Oh nah, hell no.
Nah, don't drop a oh fuck. Yeah, never
Mm-mm.
mind.
No way. No way. No way. I'm not I'm looking for what?
No, that's top op.
No, he not. There's not no op shit. Like I thought about, like there's not no op shit. I'm
And
looking
to
for
your
more.
point, real quick, Flip, I would say majority of the listeners we know is all jokes. We know y'all just up there having a good time, and when they do get serious, there's been more of an obligation to kind of talk about it enough. We don't got to know everything, but it's been enough, that's happened in the last couple of years where you kind of got to talk about it a little bit. But majority of us is day one listeners, even before Park started speaking, because there was a point on the pod when
Okay.
Park was
Facts.
not talking. So,
Facts. We didn't even know how he looked like.
you know what I'm saying? So like, there's a good majority of us that really, really just tune in. You know what I mean, on Wednesdays, Fridays, Mondays and Fridays, Saturdays, whatever, just because we just want to hear whatever's going on during the week. We seeing it, and I'm as many times throughout the week.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what they say about this.
Yo, I do. Listen, I haven't been there for a long time. What's it going on? This going on my second year, right? It's my
Yeah,
second year.
almost two. Yeah, facts.
Almost two complete. I think two would make it January. And it's a blessing, man. I mean, this shit is a blessing. And like I said, man, we I'm planning on doing some more stuff. I've been speaking to Ian. I do want to incorporate some of the people. some of the people. Like I want to get maybe get a StreamYard. Like this is something I just want to do. I have some obligations to do for the pod, and we're working on completing the obligations that I got to do. So everything is good, man. I'm just working, and on top of that, I feel good because my channel is doing extremely well. A lot of y'all may not pay attention to that, but my Jim Jones video hit 200,000. My Mano video hit over 200,000. My Mendici's video is at 100,000. Like just doing this and doing my own thing, not to separate myself from the pod, but just to work to show that I'm working and it feels good. It feels good to work. It feels good to work.
I think it's okay if you separate yourself from the pod because you got Flip the Script. You got your own like channel over there, dog.
I do.
Like,
I mean, flip. I mean, people ask me flip the script. Yeah, flip the script and all that shit. Somebody told me the other day. I was like, yo, what's up with flip the script? I'm like, man, I'm done with flip the script, nigga. I'm done. Man, I put myself. I mean, it's just, I can't. I don't want to. That's not my thing no more, bro. I know it sounds like that. It's not my. That's not what my heart is not fulfilled with sitting there interviewing. Like my heart, it puts me in a box mentally. I'm being honest. I'm more like
I respect it.
like even with improper improv, us doing the outside shit. Like that's what I want to do. I want to be outside. I want to. If we go on the IRL right, I want to fuck with people outside. I want to do that. I want to engage with the people, real life things. I don't want to be sitting down interviewing a bunch of fucking gang members. I did it already. I did it, man. Like Benny the Butcher was just telling me, yo, my nigga, you responsible for all them blood niggas getting to YouTube. I watched you. That means a lot. The blood niggas, they acknowledge me. QueenzFlip did that. I got the NYC original Bloods and I brought them together. That was a moment. Same thing with battle rap. Battle rap, I was the first one on stage besides Milltown Blow. Get that water. That's me. Raising my fist, acting like I'm gonna punch somebody. That's me. They all do it now. They all do it. And because, and I want to explain this. It's so crazy. They used to criticize me. I got all the screenshots of when they criticize me. Get QueenzFlip off the stage. They do the same thing I do. Dinosaurs. Back to the Future. Just yelling out random shit based off of bars, right? I've done that. And I've made myself known by doing that. But because I'm not your typical battle rap blogger or I go against the norm, they don't want to take it from you, but they don't want to give you that credit. Meaning, like, if I don't follow the route that all battle rap bloggers should follow by knowing or being knowledgeable, by going to every event, they try to take that from you and give it to somebody that is cemented in the culture. But I'm a culture vulture in my mind. Y'all niggas may not agree, but I come here, I see some shit, I like it, I get involved, I do what I want, I leave my print, I pee all over it, and I leave. I came up with the quiet room battle. T-Rex versus Head Ice. That's my idea. Smack held me down. Like, so these things that I've done, and then when COVID happened, they had to do quiet room battles. You see what I'm saying? Like, and Smack always say, yo, Flip, I always go back to Flip. I fuck with Flip because he's an innovator. And maybe if I take my time and maybe if I took my time and focus more, I can get the proper credit. I don't give a fuck, man. These niggas can't stop. They can't stop what is great. They can't.
Yo, Flip, you know what I just realized?
What up?
You and Joe have always a similar like problem you run into where it's like
Okay.
you see something early, you in on it early, boom, you get it popping, boom, everybody fuck with you. And then once everybody else start doing the shit that's popping, that y'all made popping, it's like you kind of get turned off to it. Am I right? Like it's just like
You're right. You're right about that. I do get turned off. I do. 100% right. That was a great analogy. I don't like to be on the bandwagon that everybody else is on. I hate it. I just want to be who I am. I've always practiced that. I'm QueenzFlip. I do what I want, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. That's just always been me. I don't like to be that. That was you couldn't have guessed it more or even better. That is correct. I just like me and Joe is the same type of nigga when it comes to that. You know what I mean? That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't think you should feel bad about continuing to, build your brand parallel to the pod. Because it's like when you joined the pod, I did not know who QueenzFlip was. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I would say I would get that out of the mindset of like I don't want to feel bad or make people think I'm trying to separate myself from the pod. I think your brand is just
Hey,
running parallel to it.
And that's what I wanted to talk to the Dash nigga, not the Dash. What's the name? Who the nigga I was looking for earlier?
His name is Macau.
Not Makai, that's my man. Not Dash. The other nigga, the nigga, hold on. The nigga Dub, because the Dub nigga saying that I was using the Joe Budden podcast to propel my content. And it's like, you've been trying to, you was my man, you've been trying to highlight my man to interview me. My man told you Flip don't ever play like that and Flip don't do interviews. You've been trying to holler and utilize niggas to get to me, right? And, I told you I had my encounter with you and, we left you alone. Not on some, just, all right, left the nigga alone, you say what you say. But then hearing that to me was kind of like ridiculous. Like, I don't use the podcast to promote anything I do. I do something completely different, but people say things and that's what I wanted to ask the question. I wanted the Dub nigga in here so I could ask him to his face on Spaces, and then we could set something up behind the scenes to have a conversation face to face about not no violent shit, or maybe, but just have a conversation as far as, yo, what do you mean by this? Like, what did you see? Because maybe niggas is seeing something I didn't see. It just came to my,
But
maybe.
Flip, don't you think like there's certain people, just to take it off of Dub? I don't want to talk about Dub.
Okay.
Don't you think there's certain people on these socials that's gonna try to poke the bear to get a reaction or like know the nerves to hit?
True. But if you say, but then yes, I do think that. But if you say that you're a person that listens to the pod and you critique the pod and people are acknowledging you, why put misinformation out there? I really want to know, like, what have you seen what did I do that you seen that made it seem like that I was utilizing the pod to push my brand? To push QueenzFlip. That I can't really say what the argument was about with Joe. I can't because it's weak. But a lot of times, with a lot of arguments before, was me getting mad at Joe for bringing up my content on the show. Yeah, I remember that whole thing. Like, yo, why you keep talking about my content? I wanted to keep it separated because, the audience was different. So if I had, if I have 500 comments and they talk about the brand, and then now I have 500 comments talking about, yo, you're not beating the allegations or you doing this, what I mean? It's different. So what I'm saying is that, so when you say, when Dub said that, I was kind of lost when I heard it. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I was kind of lost. So I was looking for him like, all right, come up here and explain to me what you seen so I could know what you seen and I could understand what you seen.
Let me ask you, Flip. Can I ask you a question? I feel like maybe it's the wrong word being used because, like I said, I knew who QueenzFlip was upon your first episode of the podcast. So I think it only makes sense that you being there, there's an elevation of your personal brand because it's just more eyes on you. I think that if it's said in a disrespectful way or in a maniacal way, it could come off like, oh, it's because of Joe that now you seeing whatever new numbers you seeing. But I would say that it should naturally be the thing that you should get more eyes and more people viewing.
But if it's getting the same thing, if I was getting the same thing, doesn't it take away, like, it takes? So one person had a conversation, the other guy, I forgot the guy's name. We had a great debate. And he was saying that I may be getting hate watch, but then it's like I'm getting engagement because I really take this analytics shit to another level to use it a part of my negotiation. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like niggas be thinking that nigga, I just be, I be running my mouth, but I be trying to use these negotiation tactics to get niggas to understand. So
I would say watching is watching. If they paying your Patreon to hate watch, if they watching your free content.
No, but I feel like it takes away. I could be wrong and I could be emotional at some point with this, but I feel like niggas be trying to take away credit from me. I'm being honest. Like it's taking away my credit of the work that I've been putting in. Like, oh, you got with Joe and not like, wait, what? I got with Joe. I was over 1 million subscribers already.
No.
Like what the hell are y'all talking? I was over 1 million subscribers. And I remember one of the bloggers was saying that, oh, Flip could only get views on short form content. But now the long form content is getting a lot of views. Like I already had millions and millions and hundreds of millions. I was already 1 billion views in.
Right.
So it's like, why take that from me just to prove a point? Yo, I didn't know about Flip, but when I did my research, I see that QueenzFlip is a nigga that even though the opinions
you got years in for sure. I think I think people know you passionate, B. I mean, emotional. Somebody can use that one, but I think more than anything, it's just the passion behind your personal work, and I can understand why it would be frustrating when people try to add credit to somebody who didn't put in what you put in prior to joining. Because if anything, I mean, the flip side of that is, hey, since I joined the Joe Budden pod, there's been an increase, and I think you've mentioned that. I think you've even spoken to that a couple times where it's been mutually beneficial. Where like the beat the allegations thing, I think that's a joke comment. I don't think you should take that with any severity. I think that's a
but hold on, but hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's discuss that real quick. You beat the allegations now. Now let's discuss this real quick, and I'm gonna share something with y'all, right?
Okay.
Let's just say that there were allegations, right? Let's just say there were, and when people felt like there were allegations. Joe has a powerful voice. So by Joe saying that, Joe's voice is strong. Now, trust me, with Joe, I tell him one thing, he lets it go. But his voice is so strong that it magnifies things and it brings people out of nowhere. So say if I got through something, like there was a long time ago, a girl said I forced her to give me head. I'm gonna share it with y'all. She said that, boom, a girl. She said, yeah, I forced her to give me head. She tried to call and record me on the phone. She tried to call with police on the phone. I said, girl, I have everything, our whole encounter. I have our whole encounter recorded. This was my studio when I was on East 43rd Street, my first studio in Manhattan. She called me from a number. Why did you do this for me? I responded to her. Cool. Police came in, flipped up my studio, took all my computers because they said that I recorded my whole encounter. So now they want to see the encounter. They took the cameras and everything. Cool. That was a crazy point in my life, right? I remember that they did that. That's why I remember. That's how I found out that the ATMs had cameras. That's how I found out that the ATMs had cameras, and because I dropped the girl home after, and one of the things that the detective said was, if he forced you, why would you tell him where you live? Because I took her from the studio to her house, and so they were asking these things, but at the same time they had to do their job. So when they did their job, I had shared with Shampoo what was going on, right? I had shared. What happened was I was with TMS, me, TMS, G Money. We was recording with Steve, me, TMS, G Money, Bino. We all flew to Miami. We was recording with Steve and Joe. And I got the call from the detective Lumia. He said, yo, we decided to drop the investigation because we found all the evidence that she had was not credible. We found out she was lying. And my mother worked for the city. My mother wanted to press charges. My mother found out that her grandmother was an immigrant. No disrespect. She said, yo, illegal immigrant. Let's get it. I said, no, I don't want to press charges. I don't want to get anybody deported. I just want to put it past me. So I told Shampoo, like, yo, I got past this. So Shampoo came up with the terminology, we beat the case. So Shampoo would go on my show and be like, we beat the case. Mayor's office, like we beat it. And he said, I will have a strong arm. So Shampoo did that whole thing, like strong arm and I want to leave. And he'll say, I'll be locking girls in my car. Shampoo would make these jokes. And for a long time on the callers, it was cool, but I didn't like it, but it was cool. It was funny as Shampoo, your OG. People laugh, and he'd be like, I want to leave. And if I talk to a girl by the elevator, he'll come and go on the camera. Like, yo, I saw Flip by the elevator talking to this girl. And oh my God, man. Like, same thing. If you watch Improper Improv, he came back the next time and said I was talking to Flight by her car. He said I had to make sure I didn't pull off yet to make sure that she
Right.
he was, that was Shampoo. Now with Joe, so I had to deal with that. I never liked it, but I dealt with it because I put niggas on blast. Now Joe is different. He's like, yo, you're not beating the allegations. Now Joe was referring to me, Holly, Lynn, like just playing around. But the old fit, now you gotta remember, now the old shit comes back. Right? So now I gotta deal with these shits like, allegations. When you use the word allegations, now people come back and bring up other things. And like, yo, yeah, but remember this or remember that? Oh, yeah. Even Joe saying there's some allegations against him because he just says it and nobody understands he doesn't put any meaning behind it. You guys know Joe, you take it as a joke, but what about the people that were there before? And then what about the new people that's looking? So now you're beating the allegations. The women are asking me, why is he saying this? Like, it gets crazy with the platform. So when these things happen, it's like I don't. So
No, I get that. It makes sense.
So
it does
Joe,
make sense.
we can't take away how powerful his voice is. Like his voice, no, he has a powerful
Facts.
voice. He has a strong voice. So he's joking. He don't mean nothing by it. Joe don't know this shit. He don't. Joe don't know this shit. He just saying.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like the allegation joke is spread out to everybody. Like they might tell E one time, they might tell Ice one time, then one time.
But what about somebody that really had allegations against him?
And to your point, as far as explaining that backstory, I think I get how it makes sense for you when you hear it. It's cringy, or when you go in your comments and now you see you know,
got it.
however many pop up, you're like,
so where I went wrong at is not telling my man. I just like things not telling my man. Like I was like,
Flip, I ain't gonna hold you before I dip off because he's sending the bad signal. I think, like I said this to you before, Flip. Keep doing this, man, because this shit helps give clarity to a lot of situations. Number one. Number two, it shows you who really down. Now I mean, who's really your fan, who not for the fuck shit or to, you know what I mean, get clickbait or whatever, or to record your shit only to make money off of you. So I would just say, bro, keep doing these spaces because it's helping more than you realize.
I appreciate that. I just don't want anybody to get too familiar with me, I guess. But I appreciate that. That's nice. I think that I think that that's what it is, and that's what Ian was getting. See, Ian, me and Joe. I'm gonna be honest. I could say this, man. Like me and Joe had a big argument on Imani's here. We had a big argument at a meeting, yelling, using the F word. I'm not that. Don't play like standing up, throwing his hand, like not the like when I hate these. So people think like when they talk about, and I don't gotta address it. Somebody had asked me that, like somebody. So I guess I a lot of niggas be listening to these blogs. Somebody asked me that the other day. Today I'm filming. I met one of Mel's friends up here, and she asked. She said, "I listened to this. Did Joe get in your face on the podcast?" I said, "When? When y'all had the argument, you got suspended?" I said, "No. Joe was sitting in the seat. I was sitting in Imani's seat. We were arguing back and forth. Joe had said something. It got quiet, and then you can ask Imani. It got quiet, but you know when something registers so slow to me. Joe had mentioned. I'm gonna keep it real. Joe had mentioned something about a fight. Like, nigga, if you want to fight, we can fight. I said you that, and I said, "You talking about fighting me? You want to fight me? What's up?" So it get quiet. He said, "Oh, I said whatever you want to do." It gets now in my mind. I had to register it in my brain. I'm shit with y'all. I had to register it like in my head, like, yo, this nigga just said this. So he started talking about a topic. Like, you can send a request if you up here. 10 minutes passed. He said, yo, when the last time you niggas got into a fight? I said, nigga, right now, nigga. And I got hype. My last fight is now. So they're like, oh. So when it actually, I don't know why I did that. It was stupid. So he was like, yo, Flip. He was, it was, because in my head, I had to get like, nigga, you said what? Like, it was just because it threw me on guard. I said, right now, my last fight is right now, nigga. And then we, and that was like, and I understood what he said, like, as far as not keeping, I forgot what he used, but just wasting the company's time because now we're back at the story. We're back at now we're back. Now we're back. And then, yo, E, my fault, E. I know you were like, E. E, you remember that, E?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Y'all niggas was bugging, yo.
E.
I love y'all niggas.
The nigga Joe said, whatever after I said, he said, yo, all right, cool. So whatever you want to do, we could do. He was talking crazy. Joe was talking crazy. He was like, yo, Joe, come on. Y'all niggas is wilding. That's your thing, E. I'm talking crazy, but I'm like, all right, nigga. He said, if you want to fight, whatever you want to do, we could do it right now. And I said, so what's up then, nigga? You like, yeah, y'all niggas is wilding. That was the first time, but his tone was higher than mine. Like it was more deeper. Nigga, 10 minutes passed. I had to analyze quiet on my phone. I was recording the nigga though. That's why I was doing like the whole shit.
That nigga Flip. We started moving on to a different topic. That nigga Flip came in. Wait, you want to fight?
And one more thing.
Yeah. He said I said the last fight was right now. Everybody was like, oh, come on, nigga. Like it was crazy. So when Mel's friend asked me today, shout out to Mel Friend. I just filmed something. Mel Friend asked me today. I'm like, no, Joe didn't come up to me, but I don't know where she heard that from. But apparently, what she assumed is that Joe got up on me, like got to me, and I'm like, never. Joe ain't come near me. We was separated far from each other, but it was talking. So, you know what happens? Voice is powerful, and you know, I was going to the balcony when we had our meeting, because we had our meeting Monday. I went back Tuesday. I was supposed to come back in July. We had our meeting and we were just arguing. Like, I'm talking about the neighbors was looking outside. Like they're looking outside, record like the neighbors, like we were loud, using the F word and I'm like,
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about that briefly. Yeah.
Like I like y'all niggas trying to play with my family, but you gotta throw shit like that in there to see if niggas care. Like I play with my family and look. Nigga, say your family, nigga. What you talking about? Nigga? That's my favorite line. That's my go-to, my family. Because I can't go to nothing else. You got my family, yo. Nigga,
nah, that's the best. You got to. I got kids.
Yeah, I got kids, nigga. So he was like, no. He was like, you know, like, it was just, yo, listen. A lot of happened. I don't think Joe, and this is, I want to discuss this. Like, I don't think Joe, I think with me, these guys have been around each other for a long time, for so many years. And E could attest to this. I think with me, it's just, I'm a new guy. I'm not new. I mean, I fuck with Joe. I knew Joe when he used to drink hot chocolate at Miller Studio with his legs folded. I was around Joe. I was at the Pump It Up video shoot. I was there. I was there at these things. So I was there, but like E and niggas as adulthood spend time with Joe, so they understand it. With Joe, we still getting to know each other and learn. Talking 2 times a week. Sometimes the news is slow, but we got to bring our real life experience to the pod. So I get confused at that. And I said that earlier, but I'm in limbo. I'm in limbo. What do the people want to hear? What do they want to hear? Like, and I feel bad for a nigga like Joe. Not saying he needs it, but this nigga been doing this for years.
Right.
Years, nigga. It's about to go on 10 years. And me, I've been doing this for a long time as well, but not on the level that he's doing it. I was interviewing niggas. So, of course, an interview, everybody have their unique story. But talking about, like, what is there to talk about as far as life? And then people get mad at the style that you're doing it in. So there's like, we don't want to hear that no more. Okay. We don't want to hear gender wars. Okay. What do we talk about?
I think the illest part is that I think more than anything, Joe is just mindful in real time about how long a certain topic is probably being discussed. Whether it's, like y'all be, oh, I think we beat this to the end or whatever. But I think like when y'all getting y'all TV back, obviously not all y'all watching the same thing or not watching at the same pace. So I get that part. And just, for me personally, I don't really care about the whole spoiler alert thing. I know that's probably, I might be in the minority with that, but when y'all getting the TV back, I think that's one of my most enjoyable, topics that y'all get into. I look forward to it. I watch in real time to keep up with it, so I'm not dealing with spoilers. But also, like, I think when y'all get into the politics thing, it was a good topic because number one, at least somebody watched the majority of it. Everybody else kind of watched clips of it, and it's important. Y'all might not be the well-versed, but, we talking about this in our daily lives. People who aren't well-versed, we just talking about it and hearing you guys discuss it because voting is important. That is important. It may not sound the best, not coming from a political podcast, but I mean, if normal everyday Joes is talking about it, I think it's okay for y'all to briefly get into it. It don't have to be a whole long, drawn-out thing. I think the debate in itself had to be discussed in some manner, whether it was all jokes.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm sorry, my brother. So
nah, good.
What do, and I want people to come up here too. What would y'all want to, for me to know and understand, what would y'all want to hear about on the podcast? What do you like? Okay, so is gender wars tiring? Honestly, let's get down to the bottom. Is the whole gender war topic, is that really tiring?
For me, not always. I think, like when we were talking earlier, because you somewhat new to the pod and I've been listening since 2017, it's just some of the topics are just getting rehashed. But
Okay.
I would ask you, Flip, what topics from you personally that are like a personal passion do you feel like y'all haven't talked about that you feel like would be a good conversation to have on the pod?
Good
Are there
question.
things? Yeah.
Very, very good question. With me, it's a good question, but me, parenthood,
Right.
right? Parenthood for me, right? Parenthood, me being the type of father that involved my son in a lot of situations and standing on it, which sounds crazy. Parenthood, but we talk about parenthood, right? You said what we don't. We talk about parenthood a lot. What else? What else?
Yeah, no, I was saying like like what pertinent topics for you? Yeah.
Parenthood, and then parenthood and making hard decisions in a relationship. Having to
Yeah.
make decisions in relationships. See, but then it gets a little bit. I don't like to be too emotional. See, that's the thing with me. Like, I don't like to be that vulnerable. It's fucked up. I don't. I don't like to be vulnerable. I don't like to be that vulnerable.
It's so funny to hear you say that because you be trying to pull that out of everybody else. That's what's so funny
Cause
to
I'm
me.
phony, man. I'm phony, man. Like to talk about hard decisions to make in a relationship, right? Like
Yeah.
what decisions you have to make that your significant other is not with, but you have to make it for the sake of the relationship.
Right.
Like I've experienced that before. I've experienced what happens when you make that decision. I've experienced the pros and cons. I've experienced the situation where wifey may be like, yo, I told you not to do that, and this is what happened. And I've experienced where I'm like, I told you so. So like
And I
those
think
type of
everybody
things.
on the pod probably got a story to share if you was to bring that up too. I don't think you'd be left on the island with that one.
No, I don't think I'd be left. I think it's with me is I have a hard time vulnerability when it comes to my family. I don't know. It's not that I don't mind being vulnerable. I just hate it, bro. I don't want
Nah,
these.
you always keep the feeling close. That's one of my favorite quotes. Talking about my family. Talking about my family. Like that's one of your lines. But I think if that's a personal topic that you would like to see talked about more on the pod, just personally, I think it's a way to bring it up, even if it's just a Patreon joint. It's not part of the normal pod. I think there's plenty of ways you could bring some of those to the table, and the rest of the crew is gonna jump in with you for sure.
I've been.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Go ahead,
going.
EDN.
I'm about to say I feel like it's going to be. You're going to have a lot of opportunities throughout the year. Like it's going to be a story that come out probably about like a celebrity son or some shit, and y'all going to be able to like expand into the parenthood topic all the way. Like as long as it connect to something, like if it's like out the blue and it's forced, it might be at like a bad time. Versus like it's at the perfect time because you're on the topic of parenthood. You get what I'm saying? So I think the way I've been doing it, it organically goes like that. Like it's not like you gotta like pick out a time slot for it to happen. It's just gonna happen throughout the year.
What makes That's a good question. Now, what makes what's a bad episode to you guys? What's a bad listen? And I want you guys to be honest, even if it has something to do with me. I want to hear what's a bad listen where you be like, this episode was trash.
I can't say specifically, but I'll say steamrolling in general. It
Explain
during a
that to
good
me. Steamrolling.
steamrolling. So like y'all be in a good topic. It'll be a good 6-7 minutes in, and it's a good conversation. Whether it's like a serious assault type of conversation, or y'all just kind of stumbled into something. The steamroll is somebody just goes left, like they throw in a bad joke, or they try to like bring back an old joke, and it just kind of derails the momentum of that convo. And now you can tell that y'all had a punch in, or you can tell that somebody's trying to like bring it back, but it just deflates it. Like the steamrolling thing it's kind of been a thing for a while. Like Rory used to be a steamroller. Sometimes Parks, I think he was a steamroller. Joe's done it. You've done it for sure. But I think I can't say a specific episode. I mean, obviously a tough one. Obviously, was like whenever he fired Rory and them on the pod live. But like in general, the pods that get tough to listen to is when we can tell y'all in a good conversation bag on certain topics, and somebody just comes in and just throws a wrench in it and just kind of kills the steam.
EDN.
I think that's kind of natural though. It's not like you're gonna shoot 100% from the field. Like you're gonna
No,
have.
but I do want to know what makes it. Cause I want to know from y'all what makes it when you listen to an episode, right? What makes the episode? Because I do see a lot of people say that sometimes it was a bad listen. It was horrible. And I'm like, okay. And sometimes I think that we kill shit, but like, oh, we ain't like that shit. We ain't like. Like we ain't like that shit. So
Honestly, like it'll be certain topics that like Ice and Ish, they'll look at each other and be like, "We're not touching this." And
Yeah,
a lot of
that
the
I
time,
agree.
like
I agree.
like that'll like deflate a topic because like nobody really want to touch on
Want to
it
talk about it?
because
Yeah, that's
they
a good
kind of
one.
scared. They like, I'm not getting canceled, so I'm not talking about this shit.
So would you prefer? Okay. Because I heard
That's a
Joe.
good one. I agree. That's a good. That's
I
a good
heard
one.
Joe mention that he wanted us to stop doing that. That was something Joe talked to us about doing that. So that makes so when Ice and Ish. So let's talk about. Okay, I don't want to talk about Ice. Okay, let's talk about Joe because that's my man. So when my brothers decide, like when we on a topic, something come up and they don't talk about it. I'm not talking about it. Does that make it look?
If it's something that I was personally like anticipating y'all to talk about, for sure. Because sometimes they'll look at Joe and Joe might joke his way out, and then they'll kind of just be like, "Oh, all right." But there's definitely been topics where I was looking forward to hearing what y'all might have had to say, and then that was basically it. It was like, "Oh yeah, nah, I'm not touching that," kind of a thing.
Sometimes though, like it'll be some shit where like Mel, she'll set like one of her like feminist traps and shit, and she'll be waiting for one of them to like say some shit, and they like, Mel, we not falling for this trap, dog. Like we know
So
you
yeah,
trying to get the melodies mad at us and shit, so we not falling for it.
so
But
that
other
makes it
times,
okay.
I'm
Sorry.
about to say like other times, like it'd be like even if she did set a trap, you can spin this topic a certain way. Like I don't think y'all should just bow out at every time somebody you feel like somebody's setting like a cancel trap. Like, I think you can always spin it. So
I
even if
heard.
you don't want
I
to,
heard this
like,
before.
even if you don't want to like go in a certain I'm gonna get canceled direction, you can take a different angle and
So
still
so
make it a good topic.
so basically, when we bring up a topic and we stop talking about it in the midst, and you can see the cut or see the conversation rear off, it makes it a bad listen for you guys.
In that
It's
moment,
not.
yeah, in that moment, yeah.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
about the cuts though, because like it's certain. I'm sure it's certain shit y'all gotta edit out just because somebody said some shit that's not supposed to be out there. But
Okay.
I think like I can accept the cuts. It's just don't like fully pump your brakes on the topic. At least come up with like if you got a PG version of what you want to speak on, because you don't want to get people mad at you. Then just do that. Just don't completely dodge the topic. I think,
Oh.
and then like it'll be times like Flip would be the only person going at the topic, and they'd be like, "We just gonna let Flip have it." I'm like, damn, somebody got to go out there with Flip because he can't just be out there by himself. He gonna do some risky shit. You can't leave him out there by himself though. Like, damn.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
hey, yo,
Flip,
hey,
you wilded out yesterday.
what I did? What I did?
Or was it what? No, it was the Patreon from a couple of days ago, and it was out the one without Joe. And you talking about what you did in the whip. I was like, yeah, he pulled that story out. Okay,
Yeah, no, I had you know what I had like I went. That was funny. Yes, I did. I feel
that
you.
shit was funny, B.
I feel okay. So because what it is that I'm just noticing that Joe really is in tune with the audience because he says these things. He says these things to us. Sometimes I don't agree. I don't be agreeing with that nigga like nigga, but he like I'm listening to what y'all say because he stops that because he doesn't want us to bring up a topic if we're not going to talk about it.
That makes
Like
sense.
if you're not going to talk about it, don't bring the topic up. But does it really change the momentum? Like you know what I mean? Like I don't. To me, does it change the momentum?
It
Does it?
does because it does
Okay.
when mostly when people say, "Yo, we'll talk about it off air," or we'll save it for Patreon, and then you never talk about it on Patreon. Like they just completely
Okay.
skip the topic.
Okay. Dash, let me ask you a question, Dash, because you seem like you're an avid listener. What topics do you feel like we should touch on? Because I know a lot of, and I don't mean to cut you off. A lot of y'all talk about I see people say it's a music podcast, but Flip don't know about music. So I get confused of what category some people put the podcast in. Is it a music thing to you, Dash, or you just feel like you want to hear about every subject across the board?
A bit of every subject. I don't think everybody has to speak on every topic. So if you're not really in tune with music, you don't have to speak on it. We don't really care for all 6 people to speak on a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as the conversation between the 4 or 3 or 4 people that are speaking on it As long as that conversation's good, then we're cool with a couple of people staying silent. We don't care about that.
I
Do,
agree.
do you guys like when we talk about music? 'Cause Ice is that nigga, son. That's what I said. Ice is my nigga, boy. Ice is him when it comes to that, bro. Ice is him when it comes to everything. It's just to all of them. But when it comes to music specifically, Ice, I love when Ice getting that shit, bro. A lot of shit I look to Ice and I listen to Ice. Like, oh damn, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I got it. I listen to Joe as well. But Ice I listen to when it comes to the music thing, because he's more. Joe was an R&B nigga, but Ice is more like, yo, I got this shit. I got, I like the way he breaks shit down and he understands it. But I don't look at the part as a music part. I'm gonna be honest. I look at the part as a part of conversation.
Coming in when you did, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Say it again, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying coming into the podcast when you did, that makes a lot of sense for you not to look at it as a music pod. I think it's definitely expanded from solely that, but I mean, I think the core and like the core fan base of the early episodes of the pod, even just with the knowledge base that there is now of like Ish, Ice, Mel's taste in music, E being on the pod now. It's still a music. There's still music, in the podcast as far as when it wants to be discussed, but it's multifaceted. I said that earlier.
But
It's a multifaceted pod.
was the podcast a music pod back in the day when the other guys were on there?
I mean, a good portion of the content was still in music, like music topics, not just music, but like music news, whether it was artists, whether it was like the upper A&R kind of guys. Like there was more topics being brought up about it, but it was still very multifaceted. They still talked about sports. They would talk about certain shows. They would bring up things in their personal lives. Like it's just expanded from just music because of the personalities. So you
I
coming
think it's
on
an
when you
industry
did,
pod. I think it's an industry pod because, like, Mel been around the industry, Joe been around the industry. I'm sure, like, Ice and Ish probably been around the industry. Flip obviously been around like battle rap and shit, and now he on a pod. He been around. You got all these people who've been in like all these different parts of like
facts,
Hollywood and hip hop. So I wouldn't even say
facts.
it's just a hip hop pod. And then I know that like a lot of the industry tunes into the pod, even if they don't make it public. A lot of the industry is listening to the pod. So
Yep.
I would say it's more than just like a hip. I can never say it's just a hip hop pod. Like you got. Joe is an R&B person. Imani, he literally, a artist. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not even, they don't just talk about hip hop shit. Like, even when hip hop had like some dry spots over the last couple of years,
Right.
the pod didn't really like slow down because hip hop was like slow. It's just really like an industry pod.
So do you feel like it's a culture pod?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd give it that. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
hold on. Yeah,
can,
wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say something real quick. First of all, salute QueenzFlip and everybody in here. I just wanna say, I think I think we got to give Joe Budden a lot of his creative genius, a lot of credit, because I remember an episode, I think it was Patreon, where you guys was cutting Ish's ass for like 80% of the episode because he was ironing his clothes. Like that to me, when you guys get into your personal, your own self stories, your own personal stories, like shit like that. And for Joe to know that that's something that's going to fly, that's something that's going to resonate with us, with the people. You got to give Joe a little bit of credit for that, because who's going to tune in to listen to six guys cutting Ish's ass about him ironing his clothes? Like, but that shit was funny as hell, and everybody had something to say about it.
Yeah, because I noticed it before we got on the camera.
That shit was a nigga called him Iron Man. That was hilarious.
But yeah, that's all I needed to. I just wanted to add that in. You just got to kind of give him and his creative genius a little bit of credit, because I mean, there's certain topics or things that you guys will go off of that's just kind of off the wall, and that's just what makes you guys and this podcast so great. And when you flip, when you get to chime in, bro, and when you do chime in, it just takes the pod to another level, in my opinion, bro. I've been watching this since the other guys, Roy and Maul and them was on, and I mean, it was cool then, but I think you and Mel and all the other guys, y'all just took it to another level. But I appreciate it.
I'm gonna ask an honest question. I want y'all to be honest with me.
All
Do you
right.
think the first iteration of the podcast was more personable because they were friends? Like, do you think, because like when I look at the clips, I don't know if I'm gonna say, well, Joe was much younger. Joe, because it's different then and it's different now. I don't know if you understand. Like when I watch it, like now it's more to me when I watch, because I went back, and to me now it's more structured. It's like structure a little bit. Like it's not. I don't know if y'all can help me
No, I
articulate
follow
this.
you. I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah,
For
like
sure.
it's not like before when I watch it and the excitement and him jumping up and down, and I don't know if it's because he just grew, but I watch it was a difference. Now it's more structured. You could tell like it's different. He learned a couple of things and he's running it like a business. Not saying that he didn't run it like a business before, but I was wondering like do you think that when people say they missed that, do you think because they were more personable? Because on the pod now, I mean, him and Ish got the personal, like, him and Ish do the personal thing, but we just a little bit, we all personable, but it's different. If somebody can explain what I'm talking about.
He's definitely changed. He's not the same host that he was before. He had a lot more I guess, a little he aged, like he's been doing this for 10 years. You know what I mean? At this point, and he's 40 something. Energy's down. I'm not gonna give all the credit to the two individuals that were on the pod. I can't do that. It's literally the host that changed.
Got it. So in your opinion, when you feel that hey, stop. Sorry. When you feel that way, you feel that he just got more mature. Because that's how I look at it. When I look at it, like nigga got a little more gray in his beard. He don't have that white beater shit. Like he don't wear no white beaters no more, nigga. It's like nigga, it's like nigga growing up in front of us. No, if you understand what I'm saying, like he changed. He's not like
100
nigga.
for sure.
I'm gonna when I get back to work, I'm gonna get at him. Like nigga, be happy again, nigga. What's up, nigga? What you
Yeah. You're talking about
Get a
You're
white
talking
beater,
about a
nigga.
guy that was podding in his 30s, like 34. I think he started at 34. Now he's 43. Like that's a big jump.
I know, that's my man. He's my man, but still, I wanna he was
Nah, he still got that in him, Flip. I think to Dash's point, when you think about the early iteration of the pod, I think the blessing and saving grace is that the same tenure of friendship with Rory and Maul, you got Ish and Ice there.
Of course.
And so it was immediate, the in-house
But
chemistry
here's the
was
thing,
there.
though. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This is what I learned. I didn't mean to cut you off. My fault.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. The pod now, I love that shit. I think it's fly. It's the best thing in the world. I have nothing to say about it as far as comparisons. It's not me.
No, you can't. No.
Can't. It's totally different. Ish is my man. Let me tell you something about that Ish. Ish, he could adapt to anything.
Big library.
Mel, the fact that Mel is a video, or was, excuse me, sorry, Mel, if you hear it, was a video vixen, the top video vixen, and she seems like she didn't experience a lot in life, meaning not as far as the industry, but regular hood shit that we experienced. She ain't had to go to the store and make Kool-Aid. About that latchy kid. She didn't have to go get the sugar from her neighbor and make Kool-Aid, nigga. Like, she didn't know about putting sugar in Frosted Flakes. Mel ain't know about putting sugar in the Lipton iced tea that's already has sugar in it. Like, hood shit, right? Then you got Parks. Like, Parks, engineer from upstate New York, was a bus boy before and worked in the restaurants,
and the bar,
and then became an amazing engineer. Was nominated for Grammys, and Park's story is from humble beginnings to where he's at now. Then you got Ice. Ice been around. Ice was on the internet. Like Ice tweets used to go viral, extremely viral, and Ice grew from that, and Ice, his knowledge in music and his knowledge is overall with a lot of stuff pertaining to tech is amazing to me, right? And then you got Flip. Now me, I'm a nigga that learned in real time because I kept myself so secluded. And I can be honest about that. My content, I kept myself secluded from a lot of things. I just was doing, I want to be like Combat Jack. Once Combat Jack gave me the runway, Combat Jack said, yo, I like you. I watch your skits. Come do an interview. I did an interview. Yo, you could use the engine room for free. Him and A King. I used the engine room for free, but then I wanted to be like Star and Howard Stern so bad that the first episode I found a girl and had her give head to a random nigga in that studio. Now let that sit there in your mind.
I remember you talking about that. I
I
remember that
had a
story.
girl get head, and then we recorded it. Combat Jackson Flip. Disney has to record here today. I can't let you use the studio no more. But Combat Jack sent me to Brooklyn to Cast Sound Lab, which is a guy named Preacher. I call him Morris, but his name was Preach. And I went there, and A King came with me while working there. So I'm always forever grateful for Combat Jack. And
Rest in peace.
and he wanted me to come to loudspeakers, but in my mind, I don't know what was wrong with my mind. In my mind, I had this ideology or idea like I want to do it my way. I want to do it my way. So I'm learning in real time on the pod with them. With everybody, I'm learning. Now niggas be like, I'm tired of Flip learning in real time, but my
I
life,
think that's fire. I think that's fire.
my life, I appreciate that. My life was just more like Howard Stern, turning up shit. I want to do the skits and then go home and keep my family separated. Like it was literally like that. So now I didn't listen to music, nigga. Like I used to always think it was cool that I became friends with the celebrities because they liked my videos and I knew they old shit, but I didn't know none of their current shit. Like I didn't think that was an issue at the time. But like one day Joe was talking to me like, yo, nah, sometimes it feel good that you know their shit. I looked at it like they know I fuck with them. I had this ideology that these niggas like James Johnson. James Johnson played for the Toronto Raptors. James Johnson, I think he plays for the wait, hold on. Nobody say it. I think JJ plays for the Pacers, if I'm not mistaken. James Johnson. But James Johnson, I met him in battle rap. I punched a guy on stage. If you watch it, me and Hitman Holla, we had a fight on stage in Canada. If that's the same time I fought the other guy the next day, but we had a fight. JJ came on stage, pulled me on stage. Me and JJ put the rapport. I didn't know who the fuck James Johnson was. I didn't know who JJ was like that, nigga. I didn't know nothing about that nigga.
Yeah,
I'm
he a
hanging
real
out with
one
nigga.
too.
We in Toronto. JJ put me in a hotel. He put me in this ill fly shit. JJ looked out for me. I appreciate that, but I never went to go watch his games. Then I started to be around him and hear about him. And then he introduced me to Jabari Parker. I don't know if y'all know who Jabari Parker is. He used to play for the Bucks.
Yeah, young boy. Yeah. He
Yeah.
overseas now.
Yeah. So I went to Jabari Parker, and then if you look on my YouTube, I interviewed Jabari Parker. But then I heard about JJ. JJ used to jump and kick the ball like he was the only one that was able because he was good in karate.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, yeah. So he ran and kicked the ball off the rim. So these are the things that I've learned. I just wanted to be cool with them niggas. I didn't want to fucking learn about these things. So in my mind, I'm like, as long as I'm cool with them and they fuck with me, I don't have to know what they do. But I learned on the podcast that it's good to learn what your homies do because it shows that you support them. I say that to say that the iteration that's now on the pod, because I know I went around, is so different from the pod then. But I like how we are now because there's so much different characters on it. But I can understand how people like it then because it now it's like a 4 or 5 mature motherfuckers that grew and one immature motherfucker. If you understand what I mean, I don't know if y'all can.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
But and if you've been listening as long as a lot of us have, you could tell, that Joe was trying to go in that direction. He would try to bring up the more mature topics. He tried to bring up, being a dad and things like that. And he would say it on the pod like, dang, I can't wait for y'all to have kids. I can't wait for y'all to have kids. But I mean, I think that just comes with different personalities. The original iteration, it was what it was, well before even Maul used to be a guest before Maul became part of the actual pod. You know what I'm saying? So like the different phases of it brought it to where it is now. And what you brought to it is something that nobody in any iteration prior could have brought to it. And the Bionic 6 is the Bionic 6 for a reason. And whatever elements from the original pod, that some people miss, like, you miss it. I watch old videos on YouTube sometimes, but it doesn't make me feel like, damn, I wish we still had the original, the original guys, because what happened personally, and where we are now, I've enjoyed the pod so much more. Like, I've been a dad. My daughter will be 2 in September. So hearing the father stories from just Joe a few years ago to hearing all you guys talk about fatherhood now, especially you got a daughter, Ish and Ice have daughters. Like, for me, it hits home a little differently because I'm not there yet because she's still like a toddler, but hearing some of the stories now, like, yo, you be ready to kill somebody for your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I think I can tell that's where Joe's mind was at, where like you're trying to figure out what to talk about now. I can imagine that that's where Joe was 4 or 5 years ago with these guys, where you couldn't get Maul to talk about nothing unless it was something he was interested in. And a lot of times Joe didn't really like his topics. Towards the end, he wasn't really feeling a lot of the topics that Rory would bring to the table. And it was just coming to that point of what was going to happen. And
I
for
never
you
saw.
guys, yeah,
I'm,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. And I definitely want to hear from other people. Shout out to you. You've been up here. I never. I didn't watch the whole pod. I only watched the clips before when they shouted me. I'm being honest. I didn't watch it, so I started to go back and see it, and I realized that there is a difference. It's just a difference. It's like we are more mature up there, and I'm the one that stick out like a sore thumb because I don't know. Like it's a difference,
It
man.
fits. It
You
fits, B.
understand?
It
Hey,
fits. I'm telling you.
real quick. Let me
Yes.
say.
And then
Let
I'm
me
gonna go
give
to
Flip his
Micah.
credit.
Yeah.
Got
Sure.
you.
Wait.
One thing that I did kind of miss from the old pod that I believe you brung back was the playful Joe. There was a point in time where Joe would stand up and walk over to Maul or stand up over Roy like they were like it was time to get it on, like it was time to fight, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they would say some outlandish shit. And there for a while, Joe quit doing that, right? And I believe, just my personal opinion, but I think it's just because he wasn't that personable with you guys like he was with a Rory and Maul. But now, especially because Flip, he'll fry your dumb ass up. You know what I'm saying? In a heartbeat. Flip getting Joe's ass. Now Joe want to stand up and act like it's time to box. I do appreciate Joe, Flip bringing out that playful Joe, and just bringing that that immature, that playful vibe to the podcast. Man, you the GOAT. I appreciate that shit.
Yo, thank you, bro. Macabre, what up? Thank you.
What up? What up? What up? What
Thank you,
up?
bro. I appreciate that. That meant a lot to me.
Yeah,
Macabre, what's up,
Makai,
bro?
Micah Jung-un, Mike Angelo.
Micah, Micah, my
Yeah.
fault again, Micah.
No,
Yeah,
you
what's
good.
up, bro?
No, I was saying, as well, to piggyback off Wade real quick, the physical
Okay.
comedy part, the physical comedy. You're in a nice, beautiful set. People talk, somebody moving around, jumping up, doing leaning to the side into a male joke or like poking that itch. That make a big difference in what people see. And we, like you said, I can listen on audio sometimes, but when I come back and look at the visual, it's a totally different scene I'm seeing because I'm seeing the
100.
physical aspect of the comedy. So that's something you bring that's real good. Um, Between the old pod and the new pod, I was doing and sometimes I go back and do like I review the old pods, do like a little throwback episode on our playback or whatever. But it's the pace that you really kicked up. Sometimes like you felt like Joe was doing like working overtime on there. You know what I'm saying? Now it seems like he can lean on you a little bit to kind of take over and run a segment or so. He can let other people run a segment and everything. So that's also good to see. And also we get longer episodes because of it, because you're not really relying on one person and then people piggybacking off of him and stuff.
Got you.
I guess
I
some
agree.
stuff that I think you could bring. I always, you don't like the you don't want to do formal interviews per se, but you interviewing them or like getting into what they doing, that's always welcome for me to see. It's always
I understand.
a good point of the show.
Real quick, Micah, people were they were happy that I asked Joe about focus. Like they was like they didn't know LL Cool J put his artist on there. Like somebody was like when Flip asked this question about focus on the last pod, and they didn't know Joe had an issue with that. That shit meant a lot to me because I was thinking about focus. Like I'm like, what the fuck? And they was like, yo, that was. It was
Yeah,
like that was dope. So that's something that's something that stuck out to me. That whole, and I found it. I mean, they played it. That's something that stuck out to me.
yeah, all of that. Even when you find like on the Patreon without Joe, you went into the big pimping stuff, and y'all got into that, and it wasn't salacious. You know what I'm saying? It was just informative. People love to hear stuff like that. Even if it's topics that you might have heard about, you bring a different angle to it. I feel like news stories and stuff. Like I feel like you can find like a good obscure news story, and I feel just because you introduce the news story, don't mean you have to run the whole topic. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
it.
Sometimes it's there, and they'll get into it, but you were the one who inspired it or brought it to the table. So it ain't like Sometimes I feel like you will bring it and then try to explain it at the same time instead of bringing it and feeling what they felt about it.
I got you, bro. Hotep, and then I'm gonna get the TA. I get you to you next after Hotep.
Yo, what up, Flip? So,
What up?
pretty much just piggybacking off of Micah and Wade, it's synergy. That's what we love about the podcast, no new or old. It's just the synergy, the chemistry that you guys uh put out on the podcast. Just being able to know when to bob and weave, like y'all be talking about, like the 3-man weave and all of that. Like, and what Michael was saying, you're very inquisitive, Flip. You're good at wanting to know more and wanting to ask questions and things of that nature. So I'm gonna give you your flowers in that aspect. But I do have a question for you, bro. And it's something that I've been thinking about for a little bit.
Okay.
You're despite what people may even me may say about you, I do believe that you're extremely self-aware. And the reason why I say that is because you will call yourself out, especially in the midst of controversy or conflict. You'll say words like, I'm hypocritical, I'm phony, or that's the angle that I'm using. So I'm asking you, and I'm not trying to, chastise you or no corny shit like that. But when you say things, when you're very aware that you're being hypocritical, when you're
Yeah.
very aware that you're being phony, when you're very aware that you're doing all of these things, what about that? If you're aware that you're doing it, what is stopping you from just stopping it altogether? If you're in the middle of an argument and you know the easy way to get out of an argument is to throw your family in it or some shit like that as a tactic, why do you keep copping to that if you know that it's wrong, or if you know that if it's not a quality that you want to have about yourself?
Why do I keep bringing it
Yeah,
up
so it's like
initially?
so you'll bring up
Okay.
a situation that you had with you and Joe or something like that, and
Uh
you'll
huh.
and you'll relay it and be like, "Well, I was being hypocritical. I'm phony." And like, bro, if you know if you was being hypocritical and phony, why even bring it up? Like, I just don't understand. If you are self aware enough to know that you're
Uh
being hypocritical, why still be hypocritical? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's a thin line, like I said, between content and not thin, but it's kind of thin between content and reality. I do say I'm hypocritical because if I get into the logistics, and a lot of times I throw little tidbits out there because if I get into the details, it sounds crazier. I'm just being honest. So I may be like, if something, because sometimes I may react off of how I feel at the moment, and the person could be dead wrong, but the story that caused, or whatever caused us to get into that conflict is so either crazy, or it'll make us look crazy, or it's just outlandish that I try to find an easy way out by taking accountability for my part by saying I was being a hypocrite. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So, like, if me and Joe get into an argument on the pod, and Joe says, me and Joe had an argument outside when we had the meeting, yelling. I told you we was using. I'm not a F. I told him I'm not a FA. I'm not a FAG word. I'm not that. People coming outside. Everybody coming outside. He said, "Yo, you only do this when it's advantageous to you." Then I thought about it. I said, "Yo, that's a fact." And then why do you do that? Because I want to, and I'm a hypocrite. But that was an easy way to escape that conversation, because now if I break down what he's done to me, we're going to spend, even though I mentioned it, we're going to spend another 30 or 40 minutes, even though I did do that, but we're going to spend another 30 or 40 minutes on the topic. It's like my own strategic way of taking accountability and also moving something along. It sounds crazy, but it's something that I figured out. So, like, if we're having a conversation right now, you like, yo, Flip, why did you do that? Why? Oh, because I'm a hypocrite, my nigga. But why? I'm a hypocrite. I'm phony. All right, now we're moving on. Sometimes I don't want to sit on something too long, especially, that's just how I look at it. No, if I explained it right, if I explained it to you
No,
well enough.
I mean, you explained it as well as like as far as like why you do it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
My only pushback would be is
Why you saying why don't I prevent doing it in totality?
right,
Like
yeah. So if
I see
say
what you're
like
saying.
based upon what you how you explained it, it's like you're basically saying it as a way to just mitigate in the conversation. Like, man, I was wrong. I was being hypocritical.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Cool, I get that, but it's two things with that. Either you
Okay.
don't, if it's either you don't truly feel like that and you just wanted to end the conversation, or you do feel that way, and now there should be some type of changed
Let me ask you a
behavior
question, though, Hotep.
moving
Pardon me for
forward.
interrupting you.
Go
How
ahead, go
much
ahead.
time? How many situations that we've been in a relationship where we just try to end the conversation with our significant other? So you got it. Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But it's like if I did that and I was like, so me and my lady argue about something, and not just because I just want to dead it, but she still made good points. That still would still cause for me to reflect, and that's what I think that you do. I think that you're very introspective. I think you go and think about the things that actually mean something to you. So when somebody gives you advice or somebody critiques you, gives you suggestions, if it's actually valuable to you, I think you sit with it. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then my whole thing is like if you know that, then what about your behavior is going to change based upon that new epiphany that you've had about yourself? That's my thing.
Okay. Okay. I get what you're saying. I mean, it's something I got to think about, man. What about my behavior? I don't know. I don't know if I want to change. Well, I do want to change. I mean, that's too
You see
fucking.
what I mean? So you be going back and forth, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I ain't trying to
because
diagnose you, bro.
because no, I don't think you know because I have to go back and forth because it's the flip character and it's who I am. I'm being honest. So like right now, if to me the human side of me would say, yeah, I understand what I'm saying. Let me go think about that, and I agree with you. But then my character is like, nigga, nah, nigga, I just wanna. That's just who it is. I'm on spaces. I don't like being vulnerable, even though you may not understand or agree with it. I just don't like vulnerability. I feel like vulnerability to me shows weakness, in my opinion. Whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, it just shows a sign of weakness, and that's just not something that I'm comfortable with. And I'm just being honest with you.
Nah, hey, I dig it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just the way I look at it as like because you are so like when you say things like you don't like being vulnerable,
Uh-huh.
like that in and of itself is a vulnerable take. You feel me? Like you are very vulnerable, Flip. Like you will say like, yo, I'll talk about y'all, but I don't want y'all to talk about me. And then you'll get
Mhm.
into like when it's like these types of spaces where you'll say like, yo, behind the scenes, me and Joe was actually about to get it on, and all of this other stuff. Like you will lay it bare, bro. Like I'm not saying that you are open book and everything about your life you tell people about, but you're not the closed book that that you're trying to come across as, bro. Like you express yourself. You're very you emote. I won't say you're emotional. Everybody's emotional. Everybody has emotions, but you definitely wear your heart on your sleeve, bro. Like you're not a stoic, closed person. You will jump up and yell, clap, and all of that other stuff. So I'm like, you're very out there. You're very extroverted. So I don't think that you're a vulnerable person. I mean, I don't think that you're an unvulnerable person
I
at
mean,
all.
we that's subjective, you know what I mean? And I mean, I don't want to stick on the subject too much longer,
Yeah, for sure, for
Hotep,
sure.
but like that's subjective, man. My vulnerability, what's vulnerable to me is like is when we start talking, and people could tell that, like what you said. And hold on, I'll get to you. Joe had put me to the side and said that he doesn't know why I don't lean into that more, but it's just it's a comfortability thing. Sometimes a lot of times when you're in control of your world, being in control of your world is that means you give the public what you want to give them. You show them what you want to show them. And sometimes when you're in this industry, people have ways of entering the gates of your life. And then when they enter the gates of your life, whether it's unannounced or without ringing a bell, then it catches you off guard. So sometimes, if I'm talking, I'm being vulnerable, or I'm saying I don't want to be vulnerable while trying to be vulnerable, it's because I'm battling myself. And that's just something I got to deal with myself. It's hard for me to explain. If I sit here and try to explain it to you, man, I'll be here all day, about who I am
We
and
ain't
how I
got to.
feel.
Yeah,
You know
we
what
ain't
I
got to
mean?
do all of that. I do
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that
but I get what you're saying. But,
yeah,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
for sure. That's
I,
peace, though. That's
I
peace.
appreciate that. Hey, yo, TA, what up?
Yeah, what's good, Flip? Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. What's popping?
Oh man, good. First of all, man, it's good to be here. Shout out to you, man, and to everyone.
Appreciate that you gave me.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
and first of all, let me talk about just generally the pod, and then because on something we were originally talking about, and then I will just quickly talk about how I feel about some of the questions you've asked. Right. I think one thing that Joe says on the pod that I don't think most of the people on the pod, and even most of the people or most of the demographic that listens to the pod actually get is he says it all the time. It's a global pod. And let me say that I'm a Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria, right? I'm in the US right now, moved a couple of years ago. And I can confidently tell you that the bridge between what people know about America on the continent, a portion of what people know, people get it on the Joe Budden podcast. So whenever I don't think most people get it, that how really, really big the podcast. There are some people that come on the pod that are only known to Americans, but a lot of people that listen to the pod don't know them. They probably never seen them before, because even with the internet that connects everybody, everyone is still we're all still in our individual silos, right? So for me personally, I mean, moving to the US, and just let me just serious this a little bit. When immigrants move here, and I don't know who can connect with it, there's a tendency to pick where you want to be. You want to look for the side that, how is the quickest way to get to success. And the way the American system is, it shows you connect with the white people. That's the fastest way. And then you get to a certain circle of people, and then you say some really ignorant things around Black Americans. And then you look at yourself, you look Black as them, but you look stupid at the same time. And for me, one of the ways that I have kind of connected with what it means to be Black American, and just to understand some of the nuances of conversations, right, and why things are the way they are. One of the ways I get my information, like culturally, is the Joe Budden podcast. Honestly, I listen to some other Black people as well. So I think that most people, I don't think you guys understand that I mean, at least to me, the gravity of the podcast. There are some times that I'm, in group chats or in spaces with some people, we're talking about music or whatever. I'm in that music space, like journalism and all of that. Been covering the, Nigerian music industry for a long time. And whenever we're having conversations, Joe Budden podcast comes up, because I don't know whether you guys have noticed recently, and I think he was called that the last part as well. He plays a lot. He plays some some African, some Afrobeat songs. And whenever he does that, I want you guys to know it is a discussion in Nigerian circles and in the Nigerian music industry as well. Because if it gets on the Joe Budden podcast, then culturally, a lot of people already know about it in America. Do you understand what I mean? So I just wanted to kind of give some kind of context to the fact that it's a global podcast, and it goes way beyond the shores of America. And just people who are Black around the world are trying to connect with what it means to not just be either Caribbean Black, American Black, Asian Black, or European Black. And what does it mean to be Black American as well? And I can tell you confidently that one of the ways people are able to get that information is through the Joe Budden podcast as well. So are you still there?
I'm here. I'm listening,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I want you to shit off, bro.
Oh yeah, and then finally to you, I think initially when when you first came in, because like I said, I don't know who, honestly, I don't know Joe Budden's music. Honestly, I've never heard of his music as well. So it's whenever they say something, I usually go back to whatever to find the music and kind of connect with it as well. So when you first came out as well, I was like, wait, who's this guy? But I think it has not been
Hey
said
yo,
to
my
you
man,
enough.
my man. We appreciate
Yeah, no
everything,
problem.
everything that y'all attribute to the culture of our hip hop,
Yeah,
our hip hop. We
yes,
appreciate it, everything. You feel me?
yeah,
We appreciate everything that you saying. Everything. You ain't got a long-winded like we.
yeah,
I promise you,
yeah, no problem.
niggas is bitches is shaking their ass to y'all Afro beats. Nigeria, Ghana, all that. Like, you feel me? But I want to bake a light joint.
Go ahead.
No, yo, hey Flip, I didn't know it was you wilding your son out in the car. See fucking MOP, any other song that you flipped his stereo over in the joint. Like, I didn't know it was you, yo. Yo, that shit is legendary. That shit was like 10 years ago. And that was JR in the car?
Yo, why did you interrupt the nigga, man? Why you did that, man?
No, but then he was speaking facts. Like, it was cool. It was cool. But I'm trying to bring light to the shit, bro. Like he
was expressing himself, and I was really listening to that. And he made the nigga leave, man.
He was dropping the whole mixtape on this.
He didn't leave. He didn't leave. No, I told him. Like, no,
he was dropping. So hold on. So y'all all had a. I was lit. So wait.
All right, no. The soapbox is right there. Y'all right there. Afro Beats is right there. Yes, we get it. But I was
fuck out of here, nigga. You bugging. Hold up. Hold up. So I was listening to that guy. And y'all all thought that he was talking too long. Like, why we couldn't just hear him out, man? Like, I thought the nigga he was appreciative in South Africa, and nigga came in here and told me, yo, come on, bro. I didn't like that.
That man put a whole autobiography on her, man.
It don't matter. Come on, EDN, man. Y'all niggas ain't fair. And I like the other nigga I think he's from Baltimore, the other dude, with my car. And I appreciate the support, but I wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear him. Like, he like, yo, I guess because I can relate because of him being in his country, and he just saying like, yo, in my country, man, we're listening. In my country, we're listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and I understood what he was saying. I felt him. I'm sorry. I was listening to him because I understand that, he's speaking to QueenzFlip, and he wants to show his appreciation. And this fucking guy came in with his ignorant behavior, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I ain't like that shit. It's all right.
Yo, honestly, I never got mad when Smack called time on niggas, because sometimes niggas gotta stop. You gotta let other niggas rap, man.
I get time. I get you. Hey, yo, what's it, Solvatron? What was that?
What's good, Flip?
Solvatron, what up, homie?
Hey, what's good? No, I was feeling what homie was saying too, man. I think sometimes people get your online character mixed up with who you are in person, because I feel like that's kind of something that anybody who's got, who's half anything, who's mixed with anything can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not just one black experience. And so with the JBP, y'all got Melissa Ford, who's Canadian, half white, and who spent a lot of time in America. Got you from Queens, got Joe from Jersey, Amani, who's half Puerto Rican, Parks who gets the culture, who's married to a black woman from the Dominican. So I think he was spending some real game that I think you could probably pick up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people around the world that follow what we do and that love what we do, and it's really cool to see the bridge between America and Africa via music.
I think also what he was gonna get at is saying that, I said some ignorant stuff in front of Black Americans. He was taking accountability and acknowledging as far as how sometimes, saying something crazy in front of Black Americans and making ourselves look stupid. He said that he was going there, so I wanted to hear where he was going and hear the full circle. But it's all good, man. We was up here talking about the JBP and the contributions and shit like that, and you guys have been giving me like a lot of great feedback. I feel like shout out to my verse. That's my verse. I think it's her. Shout out to my verse. I was with her today. We filmed. Very nice girl, beautiful, nice body too. But I mean, she's alright. Her feet pretty. Yeah, it's pretty, I guess. Yeah, her feet was pretty. I looked at it a couple times, but she's just nah. I can't talk like that. Yeah. So I do appreciate everybody. Oh shit, my man came back. Oh, here you go. He about to flip out. All right, hold up. Yo, chicken, what up, man?
Hey, Flip, no disrespect, bro. No disrespect at all. You feel me?
I
You're a
feel
real
you.
nigga.
I
No,
appreciate.
no disrespect, bro. Like no but
I don't
that
take it like
nigga,
that, bro.
but that nigga spun the block like 3 times, bro.
I
Like,
see. I see.
you feel me?
Out of here, nigga. Freak ass boy. That nigga don't stop. I like that nigga. My verse. What up, girl?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. What you talking about? Oh, nice body. Da, 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 da. Yo, tell them I'm nice on a motherfucking mic. Stop.
Do you feel like when a man give you a
Don't do
compliment?
that.
Hold on. See, you nervous. When a man give you a compliment on how you look, do you feel like
Nah, but
he's
I'm gonna
trying
need
to?
you to let them know why my name is my verse because I wrote that.
But hold on. I want to discuss this real quick.
Don't do that.
Wait, I want to discuss this.
I'm
Why?
meditating.
Why are you so nervous? You all right?
I'm good. Stop asking me. I'm okay. I'm okay. You okay?
No, because I'm trying to talk. So
All right, go.
earlier today, I acknowledged how great you were. I didn't even give you a compliment at all. I acknowledge how great you were. Your MCing skills, you're amazing in person. I come here and say I admire and say I
No,
admire
I
how.
didn't see no MC. I didn't hear no MC. So you got kicked in, whatever. Your nice body. I said what?
Is that an issue for some women to be identified as identified by their looks instead of their talent?
I mean, it would be nice that would just be a plus. That would
But I
be.
think it. But I think you're talented. A lot of people know you're talented. We just had a great back and forth with you and Jazz when I
I
called
mean,
on the
it
phone.
was healthy. I like that.
Yeah, but I do want to tell the people how beautiful I think you were in person.
Oh, all right, fine. Go ahead, keep going.
No, I take it back now. Now you ugly and your head is big, and I
Yeah,
mean,
don't put me on the spot. All right, I just want to request to
sure.
see so people would know
Mhm.
that I'm nice. I got bars. Don't get it twisted. And it's a couple bodies.
Well, you know what you heard what Jazz said. You lost today. I don't want to get into it, but Jazz got at you today.
Ah, come on now. That was private, but if you want to make it public, that's fine.
No,
I'm cool.
I don't. No, shit.
I'm
I don't want to
cool.
make.
You know what I mean? I'm fine. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't want you to be. I
She
don't
lost
want
a
you to.
couple. She lost a couple. You know what I mean? That
No,
I
she
think
didn't.
she did, and she might think I lost a couple. You know?
Jazz did not lose any battles, bro. Jazz undefeated.
I mean, I get it. You hold her water. That's what you're supposed to do.
Whoa. Whoa.
I love it. I love it just as much as you do. Like,
Do you,
shit.
interesting. Let me ask you a question. So, what do you call your form of rapping? Because you don't rap, you don't battle like everyone else. Because you have a unique style. What do you do? Is there a name for it?
This is my verse.
Do you really feel like people overlook you because uh do you feel like people overlook you?
I mean, I just don't put myself out there like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know what that means. Yes or no? What the
I just don't put myself out there like that. Like, I don't really be like talking my shit. I don't really be saying like I'm the best rapper ever and I could smoke any bitch that's in front of me, but I don't say that.
Do you feel you are the best rapper?
Absolutely. I
Based off
feel
of
like
what?
I
What
feel like
analytics?
what I've seen so far this year, it's not better than what I did against Danny Myers in LA. And it's
Hold on.
like I feel like, if you see that, then you compare that to what you've seen this year. And I don't feel like there's nothing better than that. And that's me as an MC. Like, that's just me on my MC shit. And you just gotta respect it. Like, that's it. My verse.
Okay, so let's myverse.com.
Myversewashere.com.
Myverse who?
Myversewashere.com.
Okay, so you were talking today about how you own your own battle. You own your own footage. Oh, look, yeah. Look at this.
I do.
Okay. And where do we go to buy we go to watch? Okay.
Yeah. Hit the link in my bio. I did my own battle with Danny Myers. Shout out to Meta Rebels. Shout out to Nino Black. Shout out to the whole event that happened where at the end of the whole event, they were like, yo, you can walk away with the footage and do what you want with it. And so now it's on my website and y'all can buy it. And every view is split between me and Danny, and we own it completely. So fuck with it. Yeah. Independent battle rap. It's a new thing.
Okay, I don't see. Where is that?
Go on my page and hit the link in my bio. I mean, I don't know how many bios I got.
I'm on your website now, though. When I click watch, it brings me to you in a hoodie with no brassiere on.
What you talking about? It brings you to my versus Danny Myers, and then you add the cart.
Do I go to shop? You to my shop?
Yeah, you see where it says add to cart? You go ahead and you buy 4 of them.
Girl, hold on. You nervous.
You
Give
want
me a
to
second.
donate to the cause.
Girl, shut up. I'm on your website. And the website I'm on it right now. I'm telling you, I typed in myversewashere.com. It brought me.
I mean, you could do that, or you could just hit the link in my bio.
Okay. Oh, here we go. My verse was here. So it's in the shop part. Where, you got some nice hoodies and stuff. Okay. It's in this shop.
Listen, it's a whole thing. It's a brand. My VS, my verse. I do my shit. You know what I mean? I feel like anybody that's a creative will fuck up my shit and like understand the movement. So
Okay. All right. So all right. I'll check it out. Interesting.
I mean, I feel like at this point I'm supposed to get spicy. I don't really want to get spicy because, like, you know what I mean? There's no paperwork, but
What paperwork you talking about?
just contracts and shit, you know? It's like,
Who?
I don't know. It's like, I feel like in battle rap, it's like, is it the chicken or the egg, you know? Like, do you
What the fuck are you talking about, girl?
do you start the beef before, or you just follow what people want? You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so it's like, you know, you talking about battling jazz and all that. It's just like, I don't know. Is that what the people want, though? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if that's what the people want, then we talk about it. But if not, that's like,
I mean,
that's not the
Jazz.
discussion. You know what I mean?
Jazz did say that she'll bend your mic if she had to.
She did. I feel like that's like what you're supposed to say as an MC. I feel like we've been in this long enough to like know that that's what you're supposed to say. You know?
Okay, so I bought 4 battles. I bought your battle for them.
You bought 4 battles? Oh shit! I see it right here on my PayPal. Míralo.
What?
I mean, you should be getting an email very soon. And anybody that's out there, I appreciate you if you bought my battle, whatever. If you bought a tee, if you bought a hoodie, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. My verse.
My verse. Do you
talk your platform? My bad, y'all. If I'm like talking up the whole thing.
My verse. If somebody want to take you out on a date, how do they go about doing it?
You know, you gotta battle me first. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just a first. My man was saw you in my stories. I told him you was in a relationship. I don't know.
Let me guess. He's married.
No, he's not. No, he's not married. Well, wait, what? No, he's not married. No, but he is a sports player. And he hit me up. He's like, yo, what's up with Shorty? So I don't know. I don't know. You know, I told him you in a relationship. So, some guys sent a request. Y'all want to speak to my verse, or y'all just came to talk to me?
Flip.
What up?
My verse versus Coffee. Who you got?
Oh, my verse versus Coffee.
Because you said Jazz didn't lose a battle.
I like that.
I think
Jazz did not lose a battle. Who Jazz lost to?
I think Coffee got her.
Got who?
Got Jazz.
Man.
My verse. Tell him.
Yeah, Coffee.
I mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean the same thing. Yeah. This
Bro, stop. Both of y'all, if y'all come here saying Coffee beat Jazz.
Yo, did you watch it?
I watched it. I don't know if Flip watched it.
I watched it.
So Coffee got a 2-1, bro.
That's like saying Rum Nitty beat Lux.
I don't know.
Nah. Lux got Nitty 2-1.
I'm gonna say
Lux got him.
Shit that had me be like, oh, like the hustle in the building. That was a crazy part.
Wait, hold on.
Jazz ain't losing 2 rounds, bro.
Yo, bro, wait. Niggas got Kofi. No,
Jazz
like
not losing 2 rounds.
She got 30 by Big K.
Wait, hold on. Wait. There's a rumor that Kofi
got Jazz.
Yo, she automatically 2 rounds. Like, she's so fucking fire. 2 rounds.
Wait, hold on. Everybody calm down. I'm just there's a poll out there that said Kofi Brown beat, and I like Kofi Brown, that she beat Jazz the rapper in the battle.
Facts.
Yo, Jazz different.
Kofi got a 2-1, bro.
Kofi got her, yo.
Let's be a spade.
Wow.
Yes, Kofi got her.
Wow.
Wait, what?
All right.
Kofi got her, dog. She got her.
She got her.
Let's
keep a spade a spade. She got a 2-1.
Shit happens. Niggas get caught.
All right. Yo.
Niggas get shot every day, B.
All right.
Facts. Y'all out here capping. Y'all think Kofi ain't get her. She got a 2-1. My verse, no, that's why my verse is being quiet right now.
I'm
My verse is quiet because Jazz
letting
told
you
on the
guys.
phone that she'll fuck her up.
My verse being quiet right now because she know Kofi got Jazz 2-1, bro.
I gotta rewatch it.
Wow.
I gotta rewatch it. But
Yo.
I hit a chuckle.
There was certain things that I wasn't. There were certain parts. There was more dry spots for me.
Yo, for real?
That's a political answer.
For real?
It's been a month. That's a political answer.
Yo, y'all for real?
More dry spots.
Like, for real?
For me, but
You dead ass. She definitely got
Yo.
bro.
What?
I you know what? The thing is, I understand like Jazz's
What?
perspective. I fuck with Jazz's perspective. You gotta understand, Jazz is rapping for a rapper. She's not rapping for y'all. She's rapping for rappers.
No.
You understand? So it's like some things that she was talking about, like I understood. Like I was like, yeah, that shit is whack. And I'm just like, yeah, like I understood that. So that's why I can't be like too diving in, you know. But I will watch it again with the intention of Jazz losing. Okay.
Yo, Jazz, that's wild.
The intention is crazy.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
where Jazz at? I'm violating that nigga.
That's crazy.
All right.
Jazz did not
But
lose.
isn't that what it is? Because isn't that what it is?
Nah.
Isn't that what it is?
Nah.
Y'all have the intention and y'all like, I want a bitch to lose, so that's why I'm gonna fucking.
You capped it right now. You capped it.
All right. Like, that is wild.
No?
Yo, Jazz never loses 2 rounds, bro. Like,
Bro,
what the fuck?
She lost 2-1, bro.
Why y'all not counting the Big K battle? Like, what are we doing with that?
Jesus Christ, bro.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I did want to say that too, Flip. Yeah, bring more of that battle rap stuff in. I don't even watch it, but I liked when y'all talk about it on the podcast.
All right. Yo, she never loses 2 rounds, bro. She don't. Like,
All right, so I gotta go watch Kofi Brown versus Jazz.
Yes, you do.
You gotta watch my verse versus Danny Myers because it's an independently owned battle.
Oh, word?
My verse. I showed you my verse.
I'm gonna keep plugging it in. You know what I mean?
Myers? Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go watch.
So
I'm gonna watch that shit too. I'm gonna watch that shit as soon as I get off this bullshit.
Hold on. I just hold on. Everybody calm down. One mic. I just purchased.
Because Danny disrespectful, bro. So I gotta watch that shit.
I just purchased the battle 4 times, but even Jazz told me that my verse beat Danny Myers, which I'm surprised. Danny Myers is nice.
Yo, Danny is that nigga disrespectful, bro. Disrespectful.
He been bad this year.
He hasn't been like primed. It ain't like the Danny that beat Tay-Rock. Like, he's not on that type run right now.
Yeah, Tay-Rock, okay, cool. But I don't think Danny Myers had a bad round at all.
He's not bad, but he's not on fire at all.
I see what you're doing, Flip. You're trying to flip the script. We was on Kofi versus my verse. Now you're trying to flip the script and talk about Danny Myers and what he been doing. My verse. What's up?
Because my verse owns an independent battle with Danny Myers.
I know, and I'm gonna watch. But what's up? Can we get you on Kofi?
What? Say it again.
Can we get you on Kofi?
Oh my God, I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Fire.
I'd love
Fire.
Run it up.
Why y'all trying to do that to my verse?
Run it
That's
up.
crazy.
Run it up. Run it
Nobody
up.
want to
Jared.
see. Nobody
Run
want to
it
see
up,
that.
dummy. Run it
Do
up,
what to my
dummy.
verse?
Jared. Run
Do
it
what
up,
Yeah,
to
but
dummy.
they're saying, nigga, he's saying
I
that.
think
He's saying,
I think
He
Coffee a
said do
tough
what to
battle.
he's
do what?
saying
Coffee a
that
tough
Coffee.
battle.
Hold on, we all talking at the same time. He's saying that Coffee would bend your mic. That's what he's saying.
Oh, all right. Well, my bad. Let's see. There's only one way
Girl,
to find out.
Spanish talk. We don't speak Spanish.
There's only one way to find out.
Run it up.
I
Run it
like
up, dummy.
that. I
Run
like
it up,
that.
dummy. Run it up, dummy. Yeah.
My verses
Run it
talk.
up, dummy.
I ain't gonna lie. My verses talk mad shit, y'all. That's what she does.
Yeah, I'm here for all of it. I enjoy this. I enjoy the
But
conversation.
I didn't know niggas thought Coffee beat Jazz, bro.
Yo,
She
no.
did. It's just that
It's
Jazz the bigger
a
star, so they held their tongue.
Nah, yo. Jazz don't lose
consensus.
two, yo.
My
If
brain,
you
my brain is. I got a headache, nigga. That nigga said
hold
Jazz
up,
supposed to go.
Flip.
She
If
always
you
get
watch,
two, bro.
yo,
She
if you
always
watch
get
the
two.
face, if you watch the face off, Kofi told y'all it's because y'all fans and y'all fans of Jazz that y'all was gonna vote Jazz to win the battle. She told y'all in the face off. She
No, but she
predicted.
can rap, nigga. Like rapidy rap. Like, yo, she is two.
What?
Like,
What'd you
given.
say?
I'm
What'd you
saying
say?
Given.
Kofi
She's two
predicted what was
given.
gonna
What are you
happen.
talking about? Like, yo, what the fuck? Yo,
My
yo,
verses
yo.
too. My verses.
All
What
right.
you said, nigga?
All right, so. All right, so. All right.
Okay.
All right.
You got it.
I think Jazz is talented, extremely. I think Coffee is talented as well.
Absolutely.
I don't take anything from Coffee Brown. I think she's extremely talented.
Indeed.
Nothing but giving Jazz like the 3-0, like on the L. Like, nah. Like, no.
Who gave?
Hell no.
Who gave? I don't think
Hell
anybody
no.
gave Jazz 3-0.
Nah.
I don't think
I
nobody
said
said
3-0. I said
3-0.
Kofi 2-1.
Hell
Kofi
no.
Yeah,
2-1.
we just say clear W.
2-1. Kofi got her.
Yo, nobody in the world of battle rap said Coffee beat Jazz, bro.
They held their tongue, man. You know how this shit go. They held their tongue about it.
Yo,
And I-
it's a new era, and I ain't talking fitted caps out here, Flip. There's a lot of capping going on.
I like Coffee.
Yo, what?
But I didn't hear that. I didn't hear Coffee beat Jazz. And this is my first time, and I'm kind of surprised. Like, nigga, wait, what?
Jazz never show too old Jazz. Like,
You know,
how
people sweep certain L's under the rug, man. Like example, like when Rum Nitty lost to Reed Dollars, that shit got swept under the rug a little bit.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah,
All
certain
right.
battles, people
All
just
right.
turn a
All
blind eye to it because they don't like the
All right.
outcome. They like, oh,
All right, so.
my favorite loss, so we're not gonna talk about this battle. We know how that shit go.
I forgot. Do you think Reed Dollars beat Sue Surf?
Yeah, Surf choked. Yeah.
Yo, free the wave, but no. Yo,
Yeah, let's talk about free the wave.
Reed won one round clear, and then the other round
you might be right, my nigga. You might,
so it's like,
you might be
like,
right.
like Reed just won. It is what it is.
You might be right.
Do y'all know I was responsible for bringing Reed back?
Yo, Flip, we miss you on them stages. We ain't see you on the stage in a minute, bro.
I can't connect to those stages.
This nigga done leveled up. I don't know what you expect.
Reed been back. Reed been smoking a lot of niggas, yo, lately.
Who you think was one between Reed and Mook?
That battle was so bad, but Reed still won. I mean, Reed won. It is what it is. That was the worst Mook I've ever seen.
Lyrically, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that battle, if it was a good crowd that like fucked with it, it would have been a better battle. But like nobody was fucking with it, and people were kind of relentless. I was there.
Mook said a lot of weird shit that night, man.
Yeah.
Mook said a lot of weird shit. I don't even want to repeat. Like a lot of weird shit.
Say it.
Hey, yo, give me Mook. Give me Mook best battle.
Smack DVD.
Oh no,
Mook beat Tay-Rock, nigga. What y'all talking about?
That Tay-Rock, no, because Tay-Rock came out there on some vampire shit. He fucked up. He fucked up.
He did be
fucked
Rock.
up. That's my nigga. I'm from Baltimore. That's my nigga.
He
fucked up. He came out there looking like Blade, bro.
That's his fault.
He fucked up at.
That's his fault.
Come on, he beat Geechee too. Let's keep it a buck. He did beat Geechee too.
But everybody else after Mook, he smoked.
The whole New York beat Geechee.
Nah, but Mook beat Geechee.
Facts.
Word.
He did beat Geechee, got it.
Who y'all? Move versus K, who y'all got?
Move versus who?
Move versus Big K, who y'all got?
Big K.
I got moved.
I ain't watched
I
it, but I
got
know. I ain't
moved.
watched it, but I know Mook probably won. Big K is nice though.
Nah, he's nice. He's like consistent.
Nah,
One of them cats
everybody got to see Tay Rock, bro. Everybody
my
got to see
God.
Tay Rock.
Hey, yo,
Everybody got to see
Hey,
Tay Rock.
hey, yo, my verse. Let me ask you a question.
Hey.
What battle rapper you had a crush on in your life?
Oh shit.
Johnny Storm.
Who?
Johnny Storm.
Better not say Mike P.
Who the fuck is Johnny
This
Storm?
nigga flip dummy shit.
Yo, that's crazy on Johnny Storm, dog. That's wild.
Some nigga from 106 and Park?
He a nigga who battled Disaster. He battled Disaster back in the day.
This nigga dummy shit, yo.
He a West Coast
hold on.
nigga.
What is he, Arabic?
Yo.
No, he white.
That was
White guy. Oh,
that
man.
was, no, he's Dominican.
Nigga say he got the taquitos
He
on
Dominican?
deck
I swear that nigga was white.
I don't think my verse. I asked my verse today on my camera. Did she date any black men? And she said yes before. I don't.
Yeah, no, I said my first boyfriend was black. So what?
I'm just saying, like, and you said we all black. Shout out to you for the right answer, but I think you need some black in you again.
It sounds like nobody was black after your first boyfriend.
Yo, flip on some dumb shit, bro. Like, nah.
You need black niggas.
I'm not banking
She
on
need,
that.
my verse
This
is
nigga flip that shit.
nah. My verse is listen. I was around my verse today. I don't like people. I really don't like people, but my verse was cool as shit to be around. She was just cool. She was bothering me a little bit because but she was just cool. Like my verse was just cool, bro.
Oh,
Like she was just cool. Yeah, she was cool today, man. Like she was cool around me and JL. We were just,
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, we had fun. We did a little.
So I don't know if my verse, no disrespect, I don't know if she's dating like, her culture or if she's going outside the box. I know some niggas that would have, wake that up.
Flip wild.
Oh, yeah, hold on, my man texting me now.
Yo, Flip, you gotta chill out. It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month, Flip. You gotta chill out.
Wake that up.
Hey, yo, nigga almost said, he said, yo, Flip, you gotta whoop. The nigga said, Flip, let me mute everybody. This nigga just almost hated and said, Flip, yo, you gotta whoop. A what? Nigga just hated. Hold on, let me unmute this nigga. I'm not even talking about me. Yo, yeah, y'all talk. Y'all niggas is freaks, man.
Hey, yo, Flip, you gotta chill, yo. What's wrong with you, son?
He said, "Wake it up."
My verse got a fat ass, gang.
This shorty got the cottage house pussy. Yo, you gotta chill.
Now my verse is cool. I was right. I mean, she. I'm a chill.
Yo, chill out, yo.
Nigga talk real shit, huh?
Oh, you dummy. Like, yo, you wild.
Yeah, I gotta be all that, nigga. The girl got a fat ass, girl. Like, boy, like that.
And it's for a reason.
See? Oh, look.
Shit. All right,
shit.
I'm out.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, she not scared of y'all niggas. Get out, leave.
All right.
Yeah, time to get off that bus.
I'm out. Nope. No.
You don't play, nigga. That's my verse, nigga. My verse had y'all niggas
So
walking.
now I gotta follow her and shit. Like, nah.
She said it.
From the freestyle from my heart.
Nah, I'm definitely I'm locked in now.
Nah. My verse is cool, man. I have to be able to sit down and put things together mentally because it's like I definitely want her to come on the show and put something together. I don't know.
Nah, it's good. Yes, we'll build. We'll definitely build.
I'm not trying to build with you, girl. Get away from me, girl. You bugged.
Hey, yo.
Fuck you. I never even said that.
You said we'll build. Okay.
All right,
and that's another thing.
But I don't mean it because you fucking want it.
That's another thing with my verse. My verse does not like rejection.
Rejection taken. I mean, I don't mean it.
She don't like that shit, man. My verse will flip on you like nigga. She don't say nigga, but you said what, bro?
I told you it's a QueenzFlip.
Yes, it's a QueenzFlip. So my verse, like, what do you feel is what are you looking forward to next?
My album. I'm working on my doing music. Like,
Okay.
I got some shit. I'm gonna drop a little freestyle tomorrow too. It's gonna be cute. Y'all gonna
Okay.
fuck
Cool.
with. I told you it's my verse. I want people to understand I got bars before being pretty, before all that shit. Like my work before all of that, and that's what I'm gonna drop tomorrow. So yeah, fuck with it.
All right. I mean, we gonna support you. I'm about to watch this battle. I gave you my email.
Yeah. You should have a link sent to you.
Yeah.
But listen to that shit on private. Don't be putting that bitch on public.
Nah, I'm not. Come on, my girl. Stop.
Do a review. Espérate. You gotta do a review, and you gotta be like, you know what I mean? Show me love. Show Danny love because he did really
My
good.
verse? No, never.
You know what I mean?
Girl,
and
you
tell
just be.
people to fuck with independent battles, bro, because that's, you know what I mean? That's the only way. Y'all want to see your favorite battles happen? If you make battlers feel like you're gonna support them, your favorite battles will happen. I promise you. If they feel like they can own that shit, bro, any battle that you want in your fucking mind will happen if the fucking battlers feel like they can own it and you're gonna fucking support. So
I have a question for y'all.
Hey yo, I'm gonna follow you and I will support everything.
Hey yo, you freak ass nigga. Let me get you
Yeah.
a mic. Get freak, man.
This nigga horny.
I had to pack him up. Who you got winning, Murder, Mook, or Hitman?
Ooh.
Mook 3-0, man.
Ooh.
Mook versus Hitman. I got Mook 2-1. Clear 2-1.
Hitman be losing a lot, man.
No, you don't. Wait,
I got
what?
Hitman be losing a lot. I'm sorry.
I got
he,
Mook.
He do.
Easy 2-1.
Easy, Ill Will, Calico.
No,
He been
right.
losing. Cassidy. Yeah, he been losing a lot. I'm sorry.
2-1 for sure. 2-1, 2-1. Either way.
Oh, you can't do 2-1 either way, my verse.
No, you really riding the fence.
Tonight.
You gotta get off the fence.
Yo, the culture. No, you know what? I can't predict as a battler. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's so many people that predicted against me, and then when I did exactly opposite of what they predicted, then it was like
beef.
You felt stupid. Stupid. So I'm not gonna feel stupid this time. So I'm gonna say 2-1 either way.
Okay, so my verse, does it matter what kind of room? Big room or small room? You still got a 2-1?
Oh, okay. I feel like a small room, Mook will thrive. Big room, Hitman.
So in a big room you got Hitman 2-1, in a small room you got Mook 2-1.
I could see it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like the way Hitman just captivates a big ass crowd, it's a different feeling when you feel like everybody's just like invested, you know. And I've seen Mook in front of a huge crowd, which was like, you know what I mean, which I'm not going to take that away from, because I mean him against Geechee was insane, you know what I mean. But yeah, like I feel like a big stage is like Hitman's, like that's his superpower, you know. So yeah, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know. It might be. Are they doing a blue room, or are they doing like an actual like stage? Like it's gonna.
Hey yo, hold on. Can I say something to y'all real quick?
Like, where are we gonna see this?
Hold on, wait. I just went through my verse page. Her description is Sandra Bullets, Jennifer Flopez, Angie Martinez, Hercules, Baquan the Chef. Girl.
Baquan the Chef, yeah.
Griselda Blanco, Peppermint Baddie. Like, if you don't get your, let me, yo, I'm out, y'all. I can't believe what I'm just seeing. Hey, yo, you guys have a good night. Make sure y'all go purchase my verse versus Danny Myers. I just bought 4. Make sure y'all purchase support. I'm gonna buy a lot more to support her movement. And see, man, I support. Shout out to a woman, a battler, paving the way to own her battles, man. She needs to be praised a little bit more, a lot more, and given credit to. And she has my support 100%.
Yo, I'm not supposed to cry in public, fam, but
Why you gotta be so? All right, say bye to the people, man.
yo, myversemushere.com. Go to that motherfucking link. Bye.
Get out of here. All right, y'all. I love y'all niggas.
Peace.